This is Brandon Eastman with Be Better Industries, and today we're going to talk all about the advantages of a growth mindset and also how to strengthen and grow your growth mindset so that you can achieve whatever it is that you want in life. So if you already believe that you have a growth mindset, hit the like button below, and if you don't quite know, stick around till the end to find out, and then you can hit the like button. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So what exactly is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is understanding that you can improve and strengthen whatever skill, vocation, or anything it is you put your mind to that you begin. You can get better. You can improve. The flip side of a growth mindset is a fixed mindset. And people who live in this area of life believe that you're born knowing what you know. You're born with a certain level of intelligence. You aren't able to grow in the areas that you want to grow in, and you aren't able to develop in a skill, the same way that someone with a growth mindset believes that you can always get better. Think about this. We all have that friend, we all have that someone in our life who just continues to do the same thing year in, year out, from the time they're 20 to the time they're 30 to 40. They're just doing the same exact things. But then you've got that other person, the person who chooses a skill, the person who chooses to master an area of life versus dabble in many different things. This person grows every single year. They improve in something, and you see them all over the place, especially today with social media. You see they're doing big things. They're growing in their company. Maybe they started their own company. Maybe they started a family. Maybe they're a completely different person now than who they used to be. Because the reality is, everybody grows, but only if they choose to grow, and only if they focus on an area in their life that they want to grow in and improve in. Because personally, I believe that we can all get better. And those with a growth mindset hold the belief that we can all improve. While people with a fixed mindset, they also hold a belief. Their belief is, I was born this way. I was born poor. Therefore, I must stay poor. While those with a growth mindset say to themselves, I might have been born in this situation, but I have a choice. I have a choice to improve my life. I have a choice to do what it is that I want to do and get better with it every single day, month after month, year after year, so that they can leave a legacy for themselves, for the community, for the world, for their families. Think about this. There's an old story of a father who had two children. And the father was a severe alcoholic. He was abusive verbally. He drank all day. As soon as he woke up, he grabbed a drink and he started chugging. And both of his kids eventually grew up. And now they're both in their late 20s. And a researcher went to the first son. And he went to the son and he noticed that the son was a deadbeat. The son also became an alcoholic. The son had problems in his personal and his professional life, with his relationships, with his job. Every area of his life he was struggling with. So the researcher asked that first son, why is it that you turned out this way? And the son looked at the researcher and said, how could I not have ended up this way with the father that I had? So the researcher then went to the second son, and he found something completely different. This son had a family. This son was growing in his company, eventually was going to open his own segment or firm in the company. He was happy, he was progressing, he was growing, he looked healthier, he had the relationships. It wasn't a facade, it was real success for what that individual believed success to mean. And the researcher asked the second son, why did you turn out this way? And the second son said, how could I not with the father that I had? Moral of the story? I think you know, but they both grew up the same way. But because of the belief they held, their life turned out completely different. First son, an alcoholic, just like his father. The second son said to himself, just because I was raised in this environment doesn't mean that I can't change things and become my own man, become my own person, and use these past experiences to grow and to strive and to thrive towards my goals. Because we're not just put here to survive. While your brain might just be trying to keep you alive, we're put here to thrive. We're put here to achieve. We're put here to add value to the lives of other people. And there's no reason at all to hold the belief that we can't do whatever it is that we put our mind to, because we are all inherently born with the ability to grow, with the ability to progress. That's a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Now, if you're watching this video, I have a pretty good idea about what kind of person you are. You're someone who does believe you can get better. If you didn't think you could get better, then why the hell would you click on this video? It's obvious. You're here to learn how you can take it to the next level. Because in my world, progress equals happiness. If I know that I'm becoming a better individual than I was yesterday, then I know that I'm making moves in this world. If I'm adding value to other people, then I know that I'm making a difference. I had a friend, Rob Grahowski. He said something a long time ago that always stuck with me. He said, what if we just tried to be 1% better every single day of our life? How much better would we be after a week? How much better would we be after a month? And how much better would we be if we focused on improving 1% every single day after an entire year? Think about that. What could you do in your life if you took a skill that you're working on right now and you were better by 365% at the end of that year? You would practically be a different person. So you're probably wondering, okay, so I understand what a growth mindset is. I understand what a fixed mindset is. How do I improve my mindset? How do I strengthen my skills? How do I take my growth mindset to the next level? Well, I've got a few tips for you that can help you do just that. And the first one is this: don't compare yourself to other people. This is the problem a lot of us run into. A lot of us look at someone else that we want to be like, and we're comparing our beginning to that person's middle. We're comparing our beginning to the person's end of their journey. Think about how that person started. Let's say the skill is guitar. Just as a random example. It could be anything. It could be art, it could be relationships. We'll say guitar because I like guitar and I'm sure you like music too. So let's say I was looking at someone like Jimi Hendrix and I was learning to play guitar and I was watching videos of Jimi Hendrix. It's one thing to be inspired by his skill. He's a virtuoso. He played for thousands of people. But do you know how Jimi Hendrix got started? He picked up the guitar for the first time, and just like you, he did not know what he was doing. However, he had a dream. He didn't allow himself to compare himself to other people. He simply watched the greats and watched the masters of their craft and saw what they did, and he modeled them and he used their strategies. So years later, he was able to improve the same exact way that you will be able to improve in whatever you're looking to grow in. So don't compare yourself to other people because you don't know where they started. You don't know their background. They're unique, just like you're unique. You have something that that person doesn't have, maybe more resources, more availability, more things about you that could maybe even make more of an impact. But what happens when we compare ourselves to people who are playing the game at a higher level than us? Either it inspires us or it halts us from taking action. And action is the #1 differentiator between someone who makes magic happen in their life or someone who doesn't do anything, and someone who has paralysis by analysis. They think about something so much and they try to make it perfect that they never take action. Write this one down. Perfection is the enemy of execution. Waiting until something is perfect means it's never gonna get done. So if you want to start playing guitar, just start. You're gonna suck. If you want to find a girlfriend or boyfriend for the first time, a first real relationship, then just start. You're not gonna be a master of relationships, no one is. But if you don't start, if you don't begin, then there's no hope for progress. So now if you're saying to yourself, yes, I have a growth mindset, I know that's me, I know I'm working to progress in my life, then hit the like button below. And if you're liking this video so far, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified of all new videos and all new content, because every Monday I'm gonna be releasing videos about mindset or achievement or my own personal strategies, and I wanna help you play at the highest level of your game so that you can achieve mastery. And speaking of mastery, #2 to strengthen and grow your own growth mindset is seek mastery. Choose something in your life that you want to grow in. Focus on something. Tony Robbins has a quote that says, "Where focus goes, energy flows." Earl Nightingale said years ago in the 1950s and 60s, "You become what you think about most of the time. You become what you do most of the time. We are a product of our habits." What do you habitually practice and take action towards every single day? Are you grabbing the bag of chips versus grabbing the healthy whole wheat chips? Or are you spending all your money on things that you don't need versus creating a financial plan to get to where you want to get to? And by the way, I was that person. I was that person buying everything I needed or didn't need because I was making a lot of money and I didn't know what to do with it. So I thought, you know what? I get that rush of dopamine when I buy something that makes me happy, so I'm just going to keep buying things that makes me happy. That wasn't a habit that got me very far, and that halted my progress in many areas of my life, and thankfully I was able to find a mentor to help get me out of that situation. But now I've chosen to focus on what I want to do to generate wealth. And I know what I want to focus on in terms of skills to grow in. A skill that I'm actively working to grow in is communication and marketing and sales. All in one. They're different, but they all combine together to make a cohesive product. That way, I can reach more people. I know what I want. I'm focused. So let me ask you this question. What is it that you want? What is it that you're going after? Are you chasing after a relationship? Are you chasing after something financial? Are you going after an experience like buying a home or taking a trip somewhere or getting your body in shape? What is it that you're absolutely focused on? And when it comes to your craft, what do you do for a living? What do you enjoy? What is something that you're passionate about, but something that you're also skilled at naturally? Or something that you've learned to become skilled at, a learned skill? What is that for you? And how much time do you put towards that skill to grow it every single day? Well, there's a rule out there called the 10,000 hour rule. If you spend 10,000 hours doing something, working on a craft or a skill, or focusing on something in particular and blocking off time to do so, then you can master that craft or master that skill. It takes 10,000 hours. So every day, that means if you take an hour or two, it's 2 hours technically, but if you even just started with an hour and took an hour or two every single day to focus on getting better in just one particular area of your life, I can guarantee you that your life 5 years from now, especially 10 years from now, even a month from now, will be drastically different and drastically improved. Just think about your life the way it is right now and think about where it is you want to go. And imagine that 5 years down the line, you have everything it is that you wanted. You have the skills, you've got the relationship, you've got the body, you've got the finances. Just think about what you did step by step. Deconstruct it from the future back. What actions did you do? What planning did you write down in order to get to where it is that you are now, your final destination? I like to look at where I want to be, and then I look back and figure out what actions will I have to do in order to get there. Because to master anything, you just have to look at the next step. Don't think 5 steps ahead, just look at the next step. Because by mastering something and choosing to get nitty-gritty with one particular area, you will be irreplaceable. Because number 1, you've got the growth mindset. But number 2, you're so good at something that you'll always have work. You'll always have significance. You'll always be able to add value to other people, which means that the money will always be coming into you. Because that's how our world works. To earn more money, you must add more value to the marketplace and to other people. So seek mastery. That's number 2. And the third tip that I want to give you in order to strengthen your growth mindset so you can become the individual that you want to be is read books about your craft. It goes along with mastery. But if you want to get good at something, you have to master your craft. Think about a doctor. How many years does a doctor go to medical school for? A long time. 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, I don't even know. I know it's more than 8. And I know some go for more than 10. But think about how much time they spend. Because they've got someone on a surgical table and they're taking their surgical tools and they're opening up this person, hoping that they do everything right, they don't hit the wrong artery, the wrong vein. They're masters of their craft. And how did they get there? Well, they got there through experience, but do you think they just started cutting people open? No. They probably started with books. They probably started with resources. And then once they read books on their craft, they went and actually found a mentor that they could apprentice with until they did it long enough to where they felt confident enough to practice on dead things. I know we're kind of getting morbid here, but I hope you get the point I'm trying to make. And once they started practicing and they got better with that, then they moved on to the real thing. The good news is, with most skills out there, you're not risking someone else's life by doing it, okay? You're just risking your own. Because if you don't choose mastery with one particular skill or one particular subject, you're gonna get older and older and older. The one thing that's guaranteed is the passing of time. But even that's not guaranteed. You don't know how long you're gonna be here. So while you're here, seek mastery. Read great books to help you grow in the skill that you wanna grow in. That way you can help other people with that skill. And if progress equals happiness, you're gonna be happy along the journey, because it's not reaching a goal that makes you happy, it's the journey to the goal that's ultimate fulfillment. Because if you're just 1% better every single day, what would you do with that extra skill? So read books. What books can you read? Look up the subject you're looking to master. Some books that I would recommend when it comes to mindset: Think and Grow Rich is an excellent book when it comes to mindset. It's a classic. You've probably heard of it. It's by Napoleon Hill. Another great one is The Secret. Now, The Secret's criticized a lot because it says think about what you want and you'll bring it into your life. And it says some interesting things. But The Secret breaks down the law of attraction in a very easy way for everyone to understand. Even if you have no idea what like attracts like or the law of attraction actually is, it makes it very simple to understand so that you can start using it in your life. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne is a book that completely helped to change my life, and I know that it would make an impact on you as well if you go into it with an open mind, if you go into it with a growth mindset. So I challenge you this: either discover or choose what it is that you're going to focus on so that you can grow in it. But remember the most important piece: don't have a fixed mindset. Have a growth mindset, because it's a choice, the mind that you want to have. If you choose to have the belief of a growth mindset, then you understand that you can continue improving and continue getting better. You can seek mastery. You can find other people doing what it is that you want to do. You can focus on what it is that you want, and you can read books in order to build knowledge on your craft, because progress equals happiness. Develop a growth mindset. If you liked this video, hit the like button below to give it to more people so it can help them, and hit the subscribe button and the bell to get more content and be notified as soon as new content comes out. I'll see you next time.